Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of VGU Talks and Let's Talk Games. Today we're talking about promoting your game on YouTube and why you need to be very careful when you want to promote your game via this practice. And I personally am disgusted about some of the practices that do happen. Because let's put it this way, practices like this have to happen in some way or form in order for profit to be made somewhere. There are indie developers as well as developers higher up the ladder that have worked with YouTubers that have a good number of subscribers so that they put a video up or a couple of videos up about their game or them playing their game or them talking about their game, and before you know it, their sales go up. Or supposedly their sales should go up. First off, let's talk about what I meant when I said you have to be careful when promoting your game via YouTube on this Reddit article that I found earlier on in this month, talking about Ben Tester from the indie game developer Wales Interactive, who were the developers of Soul Axiom, Master Reboot and Infinity Runner, being offered the chance to have one of his games promoted by a popular YouTuber with a few million subscribers, but the YouTuber offering to do these videos at a rate of either $17,600 or $22,000. So before we go into criticize about, wow, how much money do you charge an indie developer, let's see what this included. $17,600 would have got you 2 to 3 talking points, or $22,000 would get you 2 to 3 talking points and a description link. So let's put it this way, 2 to 3 talking points, that can mean anything. That can mean 2 to 3 videos talking about the game, or you in one video bringing up the game 3 times. And that's it. Just bringing it up 3 times. Not even giving you a description in the link below, or saying there's a description in the link below, just talk about your game 3 times. But if you fork it out and you give me $22,000, you can get that description in the link below and people can actually click it and go and check your game out on the Steam page. First off, I've got to say that regardless of how many subscribers this YouTuber has, having the gall to ask for this much money of any developer, but of an indie developer at this stage, is just wrong. I understand you need to make money, especially at that level if he is doing it as his life's work in order to live. It makes sense, it's a business. But you need to think about this in another extent. If you're forking out this much money for your product to be talked about in either 1 video or 3 videos or more, you want to make sure that that product that you're getting is going to be worth $22,000. And I'm sorry, most of the YouTube channels I've seen out there that have millions of subscribers now don't stand up to having $22,000 worth of quality. And even then, if you fork out that $22,000, you get that 2 to 3 talking points and you get the descriptive link in that description below the video, then that doesn't guarantee anything. Unless that YouTuber openly comes out saying, can I criticize the game? If I don't like a part of the game, can I say I do not like this? Do I only have to say positive things? This YouTuber has to go out of his way to find out what he can and cannot say. Because yes, there are some paid promotions out there from some developers and publishers that will ask people to only bring up certain things, which makes sense. You may not want to let loose everything, especially if the game is in an alpha or beta phase and you're gradually releasing more content as weeks and months go by. That makes sense. But restricting people's criticisms is another topic entirely when you're making these deals, as criticizing a video game doesn't necessarily mean coming out on the video and saying, this game is rubbish because XYZ ABC don't get it. It doesn't mean that. Criticism would mean that if you dislike something about the game, going into detail as to why you do not like this certain element within the game, but say that although you may not like it, other players may. That's if it's not a game-breaking bug. Because there are people out there that have criticized video games in promotional videos that have found game-breaking bugs or very bad uses of mechanics, or in most cases very bad microtransactions in free-to-play or paid-for games, and have literally came out saying, this is just garbage. And I don't blame them for saying that. But then them doing that and the publisher or developer coming out in backlash saying, how dare you do this to me? I gave you the game code, I gave you XYZ amount of money, how dare you slam my video game? And this is the problem. It's not a problem necessarily on one end of the fight, it's on both ends. The developers and publishers need to understand straight off the bat that if you are going to make a deal with a YouTuber of any size, whether it be small and growing or whether it be high up and still going, that there are going to be YouTubers out there that will criticize your game and will criticize the practices that you may have within your game. And let's put it this way, whether you like it or not, or whether the criticism is positive or negative, it will still give your game the limelight that you have looked for. It'll still give your game the viewership. It'll still give your game the potential to sell more copies, because then people will watch the video and will end up saying things like, oh, that game actually looks quite good, I'll check it out. Or they'll even come out saying, I don't know, is it really that bad? I may need to get this game in order to see if it's bad for myself. So that's on the developer and publisher side of things, and they need to ease up when it comes to criticism and just let it come in, because every single person will criticize a game in a completely different way. But the other side of the spectrum is with the YouTubers. I have had many friends of mine that are on YouTube, as well as many other YouTubers out there that I've watched, from the lower levels all the way up to the millions of subscribers, come out and say really bad things when it's come to promotions with developers and publishers, and then building on a relationship and making money deals. YouTubers need to understand this one thing first. Although they may charge all this amount of money, in the end of the day, if that game is not going to do so well, and bearing in mind, the market in video games is incredibly difficult. Your game needs to stand out more than anything, and so pushing it onto YouTubers is going to happen, because it's a great way to advertise your game. But if a YouTuber's going to take that game, not even say, am I able to say positive or negative things about your product, and just take it for the sake of saying, okay then I want $20,000 because I want to put it up in one video, and I may not even put a descriptive link in it unless you give me an extra $1,000. That's a little bit barbaric. At the end of the day, you should be working with each other to make that game work. If you're passionate about the company, if you're passionate about the game, and if you're passionate that the game that you are playing, when you're able to do a video on it and when you are able to criticize it, is still good and is still playable and is still worth supporting, then support it in any which way that you can. Work together to create a system of which where you, the YouTuber, can work hand in hand with the developer / publisher, so that you can have not just that one video do really well through social media traffic and all that jazz, but also do well in the long run after the initial release, so that people after the release may watch that video and say to themselves, I've missed out on this and it's been a month? Yo, I want to check this out. End of the day with my opinions, yes, I have been offered preview codes, demo codes for this channel, for video games uncovered in general, but that's because we build relationships with the developers and the publishers, and we do it because we want to be able to promote their games. But I can guarantee you guys this, when we take on a demo code or a promotion code, we ask them, are we able to criticize the game as we see fit? Because we want to be able to let you, the consumers, the gamers out there, know what is worth it, what is not worth it, what is good, and what is bad. Not necessarily to attack the publishers or developers, because we do not want that to happen. We simply do it because we want to make sure that you, the consumers, get what you deserve. And what you deserve is the best. So those are my opinions, and those are my thoughts on this whole debacle with YouTubers and developers when it comes to monetizing deals and video deals in general. So what are your guys' thoughts on this topic? Are you a YouTuber that has done one of these deals and you have had a fantastic relationship with developer and publisher and something may have gone awry? Or are you someone who's considering doing one of these partnerships and is worried about what could potentially happen? Or heck, are you even a developer that has worked with a YouTuber but has been very worried because the YouTuber may have scammed you in some way or another? Or you're just a casual guy who just loves watching YouTube videos and you may have actually bought a game after watching someone promote it. Let us know your thoughts on this topic in the description below. It's a bit of a deep one and it would be very interesting to see what you guys have to say. Until next time, I'm Dom the Expert of Calls from VideoGamesUncovered.com, and I'll be seeing you guys on the other side.